be racist, but how are people black when the first two people that were made are white?
A lot of people ask me if I'm black. The conversation always goes the same way. It's, hey man, are you black? Well, I'm Egyptian. Oh, so you're African? Yeah, so you're black. What does this guy think? Decide right now. Black or no black, the world's worst game show. It's okay, usually people just panic and say mix, and I'm like, of what? Herbs and spices? Be specific. Because here's the thing, I'm North African, that does sound kind of black. But on the other hand, white people had to start somewhere, right? We're all from Africa, you guys can just pop up at a farmer's market in Vermont, you have to start somewhere. Maybe I'm just how white people used to look. Maybe I'm the prototype. The Ford Model T of honkies. Here's my take on it. I'd love to be black. I'd love to be on the team. I just don't think the team wants me. Because if I say I'm black, people are like, who are you kidding? You're not black. But if I say I'm not black, people are like, what, are you ashamed of being black? It's like, what race do I have to be to walk away from this conversation? Because North African sounds kind of black, but I have a very pale skin tone. And Egypt is right there by Greece, and Greek food is just Arab food with too much fucking yogurt on it anyway. At the same time, though, put me in a sweater, give me a chain, I look like I run a hookah lounge. Maybe a pawn shop or a bail bonds office. In all three cases, it will be named Aladdin's, just to be clear.
And then we got these two videos. You just seen the first two. Somebody did a TikTok video. My man says that if Adam and Eve were the first people on earth and they were white, where all these black people come from. This is a problem that I always have with non-black people or brown people, people of color. And it's not necessarily Mexican. So when I say brown, it's not just delegated to Latino Hispanics. It's also delegated to people that are Indian, people from the Middle East, people from parts of North Africa, people from any part of Africa that have been brainwashed to religion. Why this idiot motherfucker would believe that there's anything like anybody in the Bible was anything other than brown or a black person is beyond me. Like the concept of white people is a relatively new thing. But people don't read, and he sounds like he is American, speak English and shit. So it's just another dumb fucking idiot. At this point, I would like to say that they can't help it, but you got Google on your phone. If you don't know that most people in the Bible, actually, if not all of them, were black or brown people, you're sadly mistaken. You're lost. You're stupid. You're a fucking idiot. That's why I'm doing videos, because this is fodder for news. And then we have this stand-up comic, as y'all just got to see. He was trying to do mental gymnastics as to him not being black and thinking he's something else, right? Well, while he does have fair skin, motherfucker, you ain't Caucasian. Right now, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, and I could give a fuck less, but people in Egypt are African. They don't resemble the people from antiquity, right? Because of the Arab invasion, the Asiatic invasion, the Polytomic invasion. It's been a lot of people over the course of the last 3,000 years that have moved in, migrated to, and commingled with the people of quote-unquote Egypt. They're not going to resemble the people of antiquity. Are they still African? Yes. Motherfucker, you ain't white. And this is the problem that I have with the first video and the second video. These are clearly brown people, right? Now, while he's fair skinned in black America, we call that high yellow or fair skin or light skin, but it's not white. You're not Caucasian, bro. The mental gymnastics won't work. You might get pistol whipped by the police a little softer. Still gonna get pistol whipped. Motherfuckers, you might have problems renting jobs, which is probably why he's a comedian, right? So on and so forth. The shit keeps going. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna run into that black wall. Like, you're not white, my man. You're not Caucasian. You're not Germanic. You're not Irish. You're not Northern Italian. You're not Polish. You're none of that shit. You ain't Eastern Europe. You're a person of color. A well-disguised one, but a person of color no less.
No.